To the Red-Headed League, there is now a vacancy which entitles a member of the League to a salary of £4 a week for purely nominal services. All red-headed men who are sound in body and mind and above the age of 21 are eligible. Apply in person on Monday at 11 o'clock to Duncan Ross at the offices of the League, 7 Pope's Court, Fleet Street, London. Most interesting, Mr. Wilson, most interesting. Holmes, I'm sorry, I didn't know. Come in, Watson. This is Mr. Jabez Wilson. He comes with a very interesting problem. Mr. Wilson, Dr. Watson has accompanied me on many investigations, and you can speak freely in front of him, as you do with me. Will you tell your story again for Dr. Watson? Give him the advertisement to read. You can tell, no doubt, that our client has been to China, and has done quite a bit of writing lately. Why, You have a tattoo of a fish with pink scales on your right wrist. That indicates a process particular to China, and that Chinese coin dangling from your keychain provides further evidence. But the writing? Why, your right cuff is very shiny compared to your left one, and the left one has a smooth patch near the elbow where you rested upon the desk. Yes, that's right. It's very strange indeed. It is strange, isn't it? Do you see the day and month of the newspaper? It's the Morning Chronicle of 27th April, 1890, 2 months ago. Now, Mr. Wilson, tell us about yourself. I own a pawn shop on Saxe-Coburg Square. It's a little shop, and it doesn't make much money, but I have enough to go on. I have an assistant, Vincent Spaulding. It was he who called my attention to this advertisement. Well, I didn't know what to think. Tell me a little more about your assistant. Small, stout-built, very quick in his ways, no hair on his face, though he's not short of 30, has a white scar upon his forehead. He's a good worker. I couldn't afford an assistant, but he agreed to work for half wages. I couldn't find a smarter assistant. He spends a lot of time in the cellar of the shop, where he develops his photographs. He told me that he was an amateur photographer, and that he needed a place that was dark to develop his negatives. But it doesn't bother me. Well, he showed me the advertisement, and told me that this league was set up to help red-headed men. He said that I should not let such an opportunity pass. After some thought, I agreed. On Monday, he accompanied me to that address where we met Mr. Duncan Ross. Upon seeing me, Mr. Ross was very excited and told me that I met all the requirements for the job. I was old enough, and my hair was the right color. What did your job involve? I was to be in the office between the hours of 10 in the morning and 2 in the afternoon each day, and not leave for any reason. Mr. Spaulding said that he could attend to the business for this short period. Well, I asked what I was to do. I could use an extra £4 a week, you see. Mr. Ross told me that I was to copy the encyclopedia. Copy the encyclopedia? Well, I was very pleased, Mr. Holmes. I went home feeling very happy, but that evening I began to think again. Copying from a book is a strange work for a man to do. Very strange, yes. The next morning I went to Pope's Court with my pen and some paper. Mr. Ross was there, but he soon went away, and I began my work. I went in every morning at 10 o'clock and went home at 2. And on Saturday, Mr. Ross gave me my £4. How long did you work there? 8 weeks. But today I went to the office at 10 o'clock, and the door was locked. This was on the door. The Red-Headed League is finished, 21st June, 1890. Then what did you do? I went to the office in the next building, and I asked the man, what happened to the Red-Headed League? He said he was not familiar with a Mr. Ross or the League. Instead, he told me that a Mr. William Morris, a solicitor, had rented the room until yesterday and had moved out. I asked about a forwarding address, and when told, I went directly and found it to be a vacant lot." "You did not find a Mr. William Morris or a Mr. Duncan Ross, am I right?" "You are. The whole affair was very strange, and I thought perhaps you could shed some light on the matter." "Where is Vincent Spaulding now?" "He's at the shop." "That is all, Mr. Wilson. Today is Saturday. I'm going to have an answer for you before Monday." "Thank you, Mr. Holmes." "We must work quickly, Watson. We're going to Saxe-Coburg Square right now."